Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm delighted to be joining you, and we currently have the national anthem of Wales in a game which I'm hoping will be action-packed. Of course, we've seen a lot of goals throughout the day so far, and the Welsh national anthem is being shouted out loudly through the stadiums in Doha in what is going to be an eventful game. Of course, Wales' first World Cup in a long time, and big names in the starting 11 today. Names like Ben Davies, Joe Rodon, and even Gareth Bale, the name on everyone's lips. As always, I will be watching the chat throughout the stream, so if anyone wants to say anything, I'll be joining you and on this game. Jatovic, and currently USA favourites for this game. And I'm seeing that USA is actually winning our poll at the moment, but I personally believe Wales will be the on top on the end of this game. And you can see the passion from the Welsh players and fans ringing out through the stadium. And this will hopefully be a fantastic game. I want to see some score predictions in the chat from a few of you. It's going to be a good game. And I'll have a quick look at the team sheets. We've got some key names on there for both teams. Let's get these up. Of course, for Manchester United, for the United States, we've got Christian Pulisic, of course, Chelsea. Josh Sargent, of course, quite a famous player in Europe. Weston McKennie from Juventus. Tyler Adams, of course, a lot of Americans favourites him. And Serginho Dest from Barcelona. But big names for Wales today. Ex-Manchester United player Daniel James, Gareth Bale, Harry Wilson of Bournemouth, Aaron Ramsey. I mean, we know what happens when he scores, so be hoping he doesn't score. Neco Williams from Forest, Ethan Ampadu, Joe Rodon, Ben Davies, two Spurs players. Wayne Hennessy, of course, spent a large spell at Palace. So the key word going around that Wales team is like a family feeling, really, isn't it? And this game is I'm very excited for it. United States have 230 million people. Wales have 3. But don't worry, this will be a fair fight. These teams look fairly balanced, and I think it'll be a close game. No North or South Wales, just together stronger Wales. That's the motto that's been going through the Welsh people. Of course, it's always been the friendship, the togetherness of this Welsh squad that's kept them together throughout that Euros. That was always the key theme through, and they've got the opportunity to show their talent on the world stage, it's the World Cup. And there is a sea of red in the stands tonight. And there are thousands of Welsh supporters. And I'm hearing they've been called of a crimson thunder and a red storm at the gates of Qatar. I mean, what a perfect description of the Welsh fans. Of course, the United States being a big support as well. Neither team have a fantastic form going into this game. Having Wales especially haven't lost a lot of games. 5 of the first 12 presidents of the USA were of Welsh descent. So yeah, 4 losses in the last 5 games for Wales, and 1 draw. USA 1 loss, 1 win, 3 draws. So neither team in terrific form. But LAFC, Gareth Bale, who's recently won a trophy with a fantastic last-minute goal, is here to start. And Qatari referee is in the middle today and celebrated his 35th birthday just last month. And here we go, 10 o'clock local time, and it's still reading 23 degrees in the stadium, so much warmer than here where I'm commentating from. But USA certainly the favourites for today, according to our stream. I mean, whether that's due to our American viewers, but my money's personally on Wales. Of course, been some good games today. England beat Iran 6-2. I mean, some surprises, they conceded twice, but Netherlands beat Senegal 2-0. I didn't watch that game. I heard it was a lot of defensive errors from the Senegalese. So that's certainly something I'm interested in seeing when they play Qatar. Strong foot in from USA. They win this back high up the field. And Serginho Dest is just going to push on. And of course, Ethan Ampadu stops Dest. I mean, Ampadu was one of the big calls from the Welsh manager, because we've seen Ampadu play on the back line and also in the midfield. It looks like he's in holding midfield today for Wales, but because we've seen him play a lot there in the youth teams of Chelsea, especially when he was with the under-21s. I mean, him sitting in this holding midfield role, or having, I think Rodon and probably Ben Davies would be the centre back pairing, will allow just Aaron Ramsey to push slightly further up the pitch. And the Welsh team will need to be disciplined, because despite United not having the best team overall, they got to have those superstars. So Wales will need to watch out, make sure they don't pick up some early yellows. Wales' first World Cup in 64 years. Pulisic stands over a free kick. So yeah, puts it in, and it's a first man cleared away by Nico Williams, and they win back the possession in their own half. Rob Page, Wales coach today, and he's quietly captured the mood of the Welsh nation. Ben Davies knocking it around well. Of course, a couple of Spurs players in the team today. One of the most well represented teams at this World Cup. McKennie and Pulisic linking up well. Pulisic, who many USA fans are pinning a lot of their hopes on. And I've just seen photos of a man dressed up as George Washington in the stands. That's quite humorous. It's going to be a corner for USA. 3.5 minutes into this game. Ream will be the main target here. Good ball in. Headed away in the middle. And the Welsh would like a foul on Harry Wilson here, but Liner hasn't seen it. Pulisic, oh, looking for a good ball in. But Rodon heads away. I mean, Wales are really struggling at the moment to keep a hold of the ball. They're just string a couple of passes together, then a third or fourth one's quite loose, and USA get back on it, and they're actually passing it around the back four quite well, which I've been surprised by. Because the United States, they're a team which a lot of people don't know what to expect of it. Because maybe for some of the British viewership, who only or any viewership who only watches the Premier League, there's not many players that actually are known in this United States squad. Dan James, obviously the threat for Wales today because he's got the pace, and Zimmerman's not the fastest of defenders, so you'll certainly want to watch out and maybe try and play the higher line. And Fupe Dragon, I think personally, I think it's going to be a Wales. I think they're going to beat the USA 2-1. But I would not be surprised if USA win. But my money is on Wales. I think Wales will get out this group second, which might upset some of the American viewership on this stream. So maybe I shouldn't say that, but I think England will come first and then Wales. I think USA will be third though, and Iran, unfortunately for them, they'll be coming fourth, in my opinion. I mean, McKennie's playing quite a deep role, often playing almost in a right back position, allowing Des to push further up the pitch, which I'm liking the idea of. Because of course that's where his abilities mainly lie in that more offensive role rather than defensively, almost in a wing back sort of fashion. Crossfield pass from Davies being pushed on the play receiving, but it's all right. Prep Duncan thinks it's going to be 1-0 for Wales. Yeah, I think Wales, they're just so strong as a team, and defensively, I think they're quite solid. Although they are on the run of their worst results for a decade, and they haven't actually had a result they needed since their game against Ukraine. Although to be fair, they've had a poor run, except 4 of their last 5 games have been against the Belgians and the Dutch, so you can't really blame them. So while it's 5 defeats in 7, they have only really lost to late goals, quality opponents, and it's been very close games. There, and there's not all that much pace in this game at the moment, but I'm sure the game will pick up. Pulisic, opportunity to get in behind that doesn't manage to take it. Meppen's doing a good job at right back so far. Dest. Ball hooked forward, seeking out Vaya. Crossed in, and almost an own goal by Joe Roden because Joe Roden, that was a really peculiar. The cross came in and Roden headed it back at the goalkeeper, and Robinson's just found the post. Was that right? And that was almost a goal for the United States. They've hit the post. I think that was Josh Sargent. A cross came in from Vaya, and maybe it was Robinson. No, Josh Sargent, definitely, yeah. Just missed out. And He's hit the post. Could be 1-0 to the USA. Gareth Bale's having a word with the referee. I don't know what that's about. Um, see, this is the thing. I don't know if how much the Americans actually care about American football, but I did see the United States President Joe Biden did call up the team, told them while they may not be the favourites in this tournament, they may be underdogs, they're representing the United States and they're gonna have to try their hardest. So I think Wales 2 or more goals. Yeah, I think Wales, unfortunately for them, they do lack that solid striker up front. They do have Bale, but he's getting on a bit now. And wow, Dest puts in a very late challenge, and he's certainly going to pick up a yellow for that. It's going to be an early yellow card here for Sergiño Dest. The referee's having none of it, and that's fair enough. Now, certainly Dan James and Gareth Bale will be targeting Dest down that side. Certainly trying to get him on that second yellow and get him sent off. When Davies on the free kick in his own half just launches it forward. And Wales have already survived one big scare. It currently feels like USA are a bit on top. I think Wales could do with a bit of possession, certainly to build their confidence in this game. And it's going to be another yellow card. McKennie's going to see yellow also. Referee certainly knows it's Christmas time. He's getting his cards out. And McKennie's going to pick up a booking. Second booking for the United States. I mean, it is a bad tackle. He's totally scissored him. He's followed through with his left foot. I mean, it is a deserved yellow. But I mean, that's two players, Weston McKennie and Sergiño Dest, who they're short on football in minutes. You know, they're not exactly on form. They don't have match fitness, so maybe it's expected they mistime their tackles. They haven't played any competition football in the month of November until tonight. I mean, referees have been slightly lenient in the first few games of this tournament, so maybe this referee's had a had a talking to from the referee and board and told him you can needs to let less go. Harry Wilson's now over the free kick. Number 8. Not a bad cross. And a volley from Ampadu rattles way over the bar. I mean, it's speculative, wasn't it? From maybe 40 yards out. It was quite well struck. You know, there was a thought going through the head, maybe this dips, but never really came down for him. And Ampadu did try on that shot. I've just seen on Twitter. He has 0 senior goals to his name. So, well, I mean, what a way that would have been to opening his goal scoring record in a World Cup opener game for Wales, their first in 64 years. His World Cup debut, of course. David Jones says very few Americans care about the football, don't win it at all. I mean, to be fair, didn't the American women's team win the World Cup? I remember seeing Megan Rapinoe. There was a lot going on about her and a lot of hype over the American women's team. I think it'll only be a matter of years before American football is beginning to pick up. We've seen a few more professional American footballers. Yeah, Kane did get unblocked on Twitter. I saw one of his tweets got 1 million likes. That was certainly something. And then he tweeted Shalom as his first tweet back. So interesting man. Wales bring him at the wall. And Wales just look like they're trying to get used to this ball. I mean, Wales really just need to try and string a few passes together, build a bit of confidence in this game. Because at the moment, USA look like the most likely to score. Oh, Wales. I mean, the USA fans want a foul, but Wales have won this ball quite high up the American half. Ramsey finds Bale, but Bale's ball's poor. But it's found its way to Roberts eventually. Robinson's too strong for Wilson, rings back the ball, Pulisic. Musa. Pulisic, he's in the number 10. Of course, the Chelsea player. Also lacked minutes this season. Another one of Americans' many players that have certainly, you can't deny they do have the quality, although maybe they don't have the minutes and the match sharpness and fitness, which you might expect for a player who want to do something for you in this competition. I mean, the front men of both teams have been feeding on crumbs so far at the moment. So, chat, what did you think of the first few games of the World Cup so far? We've had the Qatar game, we've had the Netherlands game, we've had the England game. I'll be certainly interested in knowing what you guys think. McKennie tries to hook it back and just can't. Musa, Robinson. Tries to Pulisic to get a ball into the box, doesn't, be marked up well by Meppen. And he's had a shove in the back, but referee's opinion, not enough for a free kick. And goal kick to Wales. Chat still reckons 33 votes, USA win 48% of the time, according to chat. Draw 24%, Wales 27%. Wilson. I mean, look, I'm looking at Harry Wilson now on the ball, and there's just no movement. He's just dilly-dallying about on the ball, and in the end, he just has to kick it long and it loses out to the USA. Rowan had to go long and speculatively towards James, and when you do that, you're gonna probably end up losing out. Neco Williams, course at Forest. Wilson. Wales trying to pass themselves out of this situation and still on it. I'm quite impressed actually. And in fact, it's been quite a tight actually opening 20 minutes. USA probably come the closest though. They hit the post from a decent chance early in the first half. 20 minutes gone. If you are on the stream, please make sure you like and subscribe. Really helps us out. I mean, the official estimates are that 3,000 people are here for the Welsh, and it's certainly more than we've seen in previous away days for Wales. This group has 3 teams in the top 20. I think that is Wales, Iran, and England. So certainly USA maybe not the favourites in this group, but so no team to be looked down at. I mean, I was surprised when I found out today. I think Iran were either 14th or 16th in the world. Certainly didn't look like it. Certainly at all did not look like it. Did you see if Gareth Bale had his One Love armband on? Because obviously that was a talking point before the game. Pulisic into the box. Chance to shoot. And just gets blocked and cleared by Wales, by Ethan Ampadu. Just going to turn off my bright light that's in front of me on my cam. There we are. David Joe says, I know the touch decided to against wearing it. Yeah, it was a weird one because didn't I think FIFA said that if you came on wearing the One Love armband that that you were going to get a booking, and then apparently, although I haven't been able to confirm this, if you refused to take it off, it was a sending off. Because David Jones says, don't know about any other teams because I know it was England, Wales, and Netherlands that said they were going to, and then England and Netherlands didn't because you won't want your captain, Harry Kane, starting on the yellow card, and obviously Van Dijk. But also, if Van Dijk's captain and a centre half, you don't even have to put in a chat because sometimes centre halves do have to put in a yellow card challenge. There's just no way about it. I mean, I'd be intrigued if Gareth Bale has, and if he did get booked, but I didn't spot him getting booked, so I can only assume he's not wearing the One Love armband. Yeah, I saw that, David Jones. That apparently, if you guys haven't seen, the United States were going to have a USA badge, but it was going to have the rainbow flag on it, as opposed to the red and white stripes on their badge. So, see where I have this England badge? It was going to be the United States badge here, except the rainbow, as opposed to the United States colours. But they've opted not to wear that. Uh, who Gareth Bale? I think Gareth Bale is number 11. I don't suppose he has been wearing it because I think I probably heard something from the commentators about it. But no. The referee's done a good job so far, in my opinion. Um, he's giving out suitable yellow card offences. Sometimes young goalkeepers, especially this goalkeeper, is young. Qatar in his own country, only 35 in a last month. Certainly, could be hard to try and give yellows out early. This is Pulisic. Robinson crosses into the box. Chance here for the USA, but it's headed away before Vea can get to it. Wales win is slowly creeping up in our polls as we get more votes in, and I think it's certainly going to be a close game. 25 minutes gone here on Data Visualize. If you enjoy them, please make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. The chants of USA ringing around the stadium. Wales just trying to fight back with their own support. Rhys James. Ramsey to Ampadu. Ball hooked forwards, and it's just going to run out of play. It was a good idea from Wales. They just tried to play a long forward ball for Bale to try and chase behind Dest, but yeah, the execution wasn't quite right. And if you're not seeing these pictures, United States fans are like the Icelandic chant, and they have the United States fans have their drums out and their stars, of course. I mean, there's been a lot of mockery about how United States fans actually watch and support football or soccer, as they like to call it. But I'm actually looking at these images now, and it's quite loud. It's nice loud. There's a good noise around, and I can see United States flags being waved around. So as far as I'm concerned, is what it is. And I've also seen what controversially is think was a BS Budweiser advert. So of course, there's the big thing about why Budweiser isn't being allowed to be the official sponsors, because of course, well, they are allowed to be the official sponsors, but they're not allowed to serve their alcohol. So don't know what chat thinks about that. And I think, yeah, the way I'm seeing this game with Wales is that they're just trying to break in behind, and it's actually USA who are creating the more creative chances. And USA slowly becoming snappier on the ball, USA, when they're creating their. And obviously, they're paid for their approach to a snappier game, faster game, a couple of yellow cards in this early on in this first half, which means if at the end of the game Wales probably do get more on the ball, it could be an issue. But Dest uh, takes on the shot from the fire, couldn't resist, and it's still rising. It's out of play for a Wales goal kick. And I'm just seeing here that in the Netherlands Senegal game, Senegal made a few defensive errors, which is unfortunate for them. Apparently, it's actually quite close apart from that as a tight affair. And I'm seeing the images I'm watching here of the USA Wales game. Wales can hardly break out their first half, which is good news if you're a United States fan, because they're creating some good opportunities. Des pushing on forwards, and it's one just before he can get into the centre of the box. And Williams trying to escape. Tried to run through Tyler Adams, but the United States win the ball back and it goes all the way back through to the goalkeeper. USA win 44%, draw 20%, Wales win 37%, says our poll. And USA pulling the if you can't win, sorry, Wales pulling the if you can't win or can't dominate, just try and hang on, which is what's happening at the moment. Dest, who's been lively, he's playing well. Sargent, McKennie. I think Sargent is what the Norwich striker. Apparently, Holland played poorly till the last 5 minutes, which I did see they got their goals late. Um, okay, yeah. They were one of my dark horses, or not dark horses, because everyone knows they're a good team, but one of my non-favorite teams to try and win. And Wales have got a free kick called from Ampadu. He was getting up to his feet when the referee actually pulled it back, but we've seen some interesting medical officiating today. I don't know if anyone watched Iran England. Early on in the first half, there was a really nasty collision between the goalie and one of his holding midfielders. He clearly got concussed. He was down on the floor, and then for some reason, uh, I think, yeah, his nose was clearly broken. Apparently, it was in a couple of places. We found out afterwards. The medical team told him to play on, and so did the manager. When I mean, clearly the goalkeeper was in the right way, so that was certainly interesting. But then again, it was weird because Iran have bought 4 keepers, the only team at this World Cup to have brought 4 goalkeepers, and also the only team to have 25 men instead of the allowed 26. So that's nearly a fifth of their team being goalkeepers. So certainly interesting. Where test. I'm actually interested in who to seize on this United States bench. Yeah, Giovanni Reina is, Cameron Carter-Vickers, ex-Spurs, Sean Johnson, Aaron Long, Luca de Torre, and Brendan Aronson. Why? I don't know if there's any United States fans that have been following the United States really closely. Why's Giovanni Reina not playing? I know he's highly rated at, I think, Borussia Dortmund, so I'd be interested to know what you guys think on that one. And there's been an incident of number 5, I think it's Meppen, pushing a USA player off the ball allegedly. Boos ringing around the stadium from the United States fans. And I don't really think Meppen needed to make that challenge. Play wasn't going anywhere. Robinson, Pulisic, ball into the box. Corner kick. I'm just refreshing chat here. And another corner for United States. And ball fired in. And got away nicely by Wales. But another chance again from the header away for the USA. On the far side. Just going to grab a jumper. It's getting quite chilly at the moment. Weird having a World Cup in winter. I don't know what the weather's like where you guys are staying, but personally for me back in England, you'd be expecting barbecues, beer gardens, all about this time. And it's certainly weird to. Well, it's raining today where I was. So I was certainly not enjoying that sitting in a beer garden. We had to go back inside at half time. I get the jacket on. You know, USA being chanted around the stadium. And oh, a forward ball, and Vea almost got his boot on the end of that and almost took it under control inside the Wales box. And Wales look like they're really struggling to get out of this of their half, and I wouldn't be surprised if actually USA take the lead soon. When Hennessy clears long, one back by the centre backs of USA, pump forwards, and that's Pulisic bursting through the middle, through to Veya, right foot, beautiful finish, and the United States leads. Weah, a famous name on the World Cup score sheet, Timothy Weah. Weah Jr. What a fantastic goal that is. Just slots with his right foot past Van Hennessy. Christian Pulisic, the Chelsea man, with the assist. And Timothy Weah puts his nation in front with a deadly blow. I mean, it's a fantastic run down the middle from Pulisic. Perfectly timed pass. Weah, bang, first time with the, let's have a look at it. I think outside, oh yeah, outside of the right foot, just slides it into the opposite corner, and nothing the players sliding in can do about that. Goalkeeper and centre back slid in, but you got to say the goal was coming, and now surely USA, the way that Wales have been playing, and now of course the scoreline, it's got to make USA the favourites for the game now. And of course, those of you who don't know, George Weah is a famous name, maybe the greatest player to have never played at a World Cup. Of course, Ballon d'Or winner, and they actually took to the 2010 World Cup. He took this Timothy Weah to go and see the final, did George Weah? So certainly partly poetic. Although, who would you say, chat? Who's the best player who to never have played in a World Cup final? Thinking Giggsy, maybe Beckham, maybe George Best. Has Ronaldo? I don't think Ronaldo has. There's your answer. Although let's go for retired players. Best retired player to have never seen a World Cup final. Wales now need to show some of that character and zest which they initially had in their run to the World Cup and qualifications to try and get themselves back in this game, because it's such a short. It's not like the Champions League where you play each team twice, only once, which means a game like this where the bookies have USA and Wales as the team that are going to finish second. I mean, whoever wins this game really will be in the driving seat. Davy Jones says once again, he is the best player to never retired and never been in a World Cup final. Davy Jones, I'm sure if you didn't pull the hamstring and consistently throughout your youth, you'd have been in the World Cup final. I have no doubts. And Zimmerman, ooh, lovely header back to the goalkeeper, really composed. And Musa going forwards, and Bale tracks back. He thinks he won the ball back. Referee was well placed. He's actually going to book Gareth Bale. And Musa's not helped Bale at all, but let's have a look here. I think that's a very harsh yellow card. Very harsh yellow card. That was fantastic tracking back. He's won back the ball. Referee's made a poor decision there. Moose has certainly bought the foul there. Certainly. I mean, Welsh manager can't believe it. I can't blame him. I mean, the Wales win is still creeping up in our poll, despite them being 1-0 behind. So, certainly a lot of people in this chat which have faith in the Welsh. Pulisic dribbling into the box crosses, but it's a very tame cross and gathered by Hennessy quite easily. Although the run was certainly menacing. His tricky feet, that's what you got to look out for with Pulisic. Although a lot of Chelsea fans have been upset with his end product, and Bale's bought himself a very cheap free kick there inside his own half. Hmm. And Gareth Bale's a player which I really like watching because no, this is going to sound like I'm criticizing Gareth Bale, but I'm not. As a Spurs fan, I'm a magnificent admirer of Gareth Bale and what he's done in football. But certainly, he always seems to dust off the cobwebs for the Welsh team. Ben Davies wins it back nicely, stepping up nicely, good feet, seeking out Bale. Welsh combining. I mean, Alex Stewart, don't know who you are, but you're clearly not very happy about the Welsh losing. Sorry to hear that, my friends. Only a few minutes left. And I'm sure that they'll be winning this back anytime soon. Musa, Ampadu, chance to push forwards here. Brought it down nicely. And just as this first half is coming towards more of a end, Wales are just about managing to get themselves into it. Maybe they just needed that goal to kick them into gear, which really shouldn't be the case in a World Cup game. You know, first World Cup 64 years, they should be really excited for it, but they just haven't been able to assert themselves on the matches just yet. But I'm sure there'll be a team talk at half time that's going to change that. Advantage. Bale, good ball. Ramsey's in behind, and I think he's won his team a corner. He has. And now that was a positive run by Aaron Ramsey. First time we've really seen anything positive from Wales, and just won his team a corner. So it's an opportunity here. I mean, Wales has sent up all their central defenders into the box. And corner goes in, but they're going to retake it. Referee's having a word here. And we saw the England game a little earlier with the concussion. So we also saw that there was no penalty given for a rugby tackle in the box. Wilson delivers. Ooh, and Davies just can't get his head on it, and it just squirms away towards the end. And I wonder how many minutes of additional time we are going to be given. Wales have work to do in this second half. I mean, if you were the manager of Wales, what would you be saying at halftime if you were seeing this game? Because they haven't been impressive, but they haven't been poor. They just certainly haven't been quite got off the mark as of yet. And 4 minutes of additional time we're hearing from this stadium officials. I mean, putting aside all the politics of the World Cup being at Qatar, certainly, and of course, all the sad migrant worker deaths they've had in building these things, they are wonderful pieces of architecture. And just the around the fact it's in winter, it's actually a really nice put together World Cup. It's just unfortunate all of the issues that have had to come along with it. I mean, the US players have linked up really well actually throughout this first half. Just Sargent, McKennie, Adams back to Zimmer. All sent forwards and Pulisic just tried to dribble up the side and then it's pulled back. That's surely going to be a yellow card, and yeah, yellow card's going to come out the pocket for Chris Mepham. He can't really complain. That's always a yellow card. He was already on a warning as well, so another yellow card and just pulling him back. No complaints here from me or any of the Welsh players, to be honest. Just got done by the quick feet. 2 bookings per side so far. Mepham Bale, 2 Welshmen, and it's Dest and McKennie, I believe. Robinson's turn to try and rain down the left-hand side, and just goes out for a Wales goal kick. Headed away. And that spells half time. USA 1, Wales nil as we reach the halftime break, and we're back in just a few minutes to resume our analysis of that first half, of a chat with you guys, and I think looking on to the second half. Michael, hello, hello. I'm glad you've joined us today. You've missed the first half. It's been certainly an interesting game. Wales have been a bit lackluster. That'd be my assessment of Wales in the first half. United States have actually been pretty good on the attack, I'd say. Pulisic's been really good. He's had tricky feet and he's certainly creating problems for that Wales back line, and it was a beautifully taken goal by Bayer for USA's opener. And currently, I'd say United States are in the driving seat. They have been the better team. Um, and Wales haven't really looked to create much at all. But it's certainly going to be a interesting second half because Wales have to attack. They can't sit back like they did in that first half. Oh, I mean, USA look on a different level to Wales just because of how they're physically more dominant, it seems, in the midfield as well. And I think doesn't really matter that some of USA's players are rusty. Weston McKennie, Dest, Pulisic. Even we talked about them in the first half. They haven't been playing regular minutes for their club teams. They haven't been playing regular minutes, except they've still done well in this first half. And of course, if you look through back, thanks. I need some rest after the poor game of the Netherlands. Yeah, Michael, I didn't get to watch that game. I heard that Netherlands are really, really poor, and in the end, they just had a couple of defensive errors in Senegal that let them through. That's what I've heard. And I'm having a look back at this goal. I think Rodon, when I was gassing him up, the Spurs man, he seems to lose his man as for that USA goal. Rodon Rodham loses his man. Well, he doesn't lose his man. He steps up with the man, which leaves a gap in behind for Pulisic to run into, which then means the man marking Pulisic, Weah has to shift across, which lets Weah have a easier ball through to him, and it's still a lot to do once he gets the ball, and it's a beautifully taken finish. Yeah, impressive first half. Just been looking at what Twitter thinks, and Roy Keane believes that Wales are being a bit sloppy, and if they tidy that up, they got a chance in that second half, I reckon. But I mean, we know Ireland aren't brilliant at the World Cups. What do we think of France's chances in this World Cup? 'Cause certainly they've had a lot of injuries, and it'd be interesting to know what you guys think if they'll have any chance of getting through this tournament. Certainly looking forward to the second half. I'm hoping to see a bit more attacking play. From both sides, really. It's been a cagey affair, but I mean, you can't really blame them. And, you know, both teams nervous. Not really World Cup regulars, either side, so am I right in saying, I don't know if we've got any American viewers watching, that they weren't at the Russia World Cup? I certainly don't remember being them there. So, yeah. France, I think, no good this time, says Michael. Yeah, I think they'll still be a good team, but I think they won't be a team which you look at and think they're not beatable. I think there's only two of those teams at the tournament, and that's Brazil and Argentina. And there may be a shout for Portugal. But I think you look at a team like England or France now, and you're thinking that's a beatable team because you can see weaknesses in those teams. Whether it's England's back line or just the overall. So many injuries for France, which is that's unfortunate for them. Did anyone see the England game today? Let me know what you thought of the England game. Be interested to know your guys' opinions. I did. England was pretty good, says Davy Jones. Yeah, what do you think of Harry Kane? I thought he played quite well. Um, well, also, did you see the concussion, Davy Jones? I'll be really interested to know what you think of that, because I really did not know what to think about that. Shouldn't be too long for the second half. The Welsh fans bout again. And I did. England was pretty good. Davy Jones says, I did see the broken nose thing. It went on ridiculously long to begin with. And then having him play to then have to go off in seconds. Yeah, it was ridiculous, wasn't it? And then there's 14 minutes of added time. So it was ridiculous from the Iranian manager to try and keep him on. I mean, the player was clearly not of his set, and in that situation, the decision just should be taken out of his hands. Yeah, it did seem like shenanigans. You are right. You're right. I've heard stories that apparently some Welsh fans and ex-Wales player, ex-women's Wales player, wasn't actually allowed into the stadium tonight because they had rainbow bucket flaps representing gay pride, so they weren't allowed in as it was a banned symbol. Uh, it's just such a poor place to have the World Cup. It's unbelievable. That's disgraceful. Early substitution as well for Wales. They've already made a substitute. You have 45 minutes to play, 45 minutes to Wales to try and get back into this game, 45 minutes for USA to keep their lead. But they've won an early corner, so maybe a chance to extend it. Ball in here from the corner. Whips in and nodded away by the Welsh defenders. Remington, chance for the ball in here from Tim Weah, who's current goal scorer in this game. And USA going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. And flag's going to go up for offside. Kiefer Moore's come on for Wales. That was the substitute. I'm trying to look who came on. It's Kiefer Moore, Welsh striker, and he's on the ball. He's playing quite strongly up. And hello, programs used to visualize the F1 stats. Um, I'm sorry, I don't really run with the F1. I'm just here for the football, so I won't be able to answer your question, unfortunately. And unfortunately as well, I'm not going to be able to answer to pronounce your name. I mean, Wales can only get better. They can't play that much worse in that first half. So Pulisic overhits that one. It's going to be collected nicely. Wales just need to show a bit more fighting spirit and character, which they've shown time and time again in qualification. Except USA are really making them look good. They've made Wales have looked leggy actually in that first half, so certainly they need to improve. Roberts will take the throw. Kiefer Moore on the ball, just being pressed up. He's put a nice strong hold up play from Kiefer Moore. Ramsey, number 10 today, and he's won Wales a corner, so it's an opportunity there. He's got another glimpse there of how good Wales can be in attacking positions if they really apply themselves. And a chance for an in-swinger here. Whipped in. Spilled by the ref. By the goalkeeper. And ref gives a foul the other way. Michael says, yeah, I love the spirit of Wales. Yeah, they're such a small nation. I think, is there 230 million people in the United States? But I'm going to Google this so I don't give you guys fake stats. So just bear with me. Number of people in USA. 330 million people in the USA. 3 million in Wales. So that's, yeah, over 100 times the population. Musa dribbling into the box. Squares it across. Good bot there. USA still in the box with the ball. Pulisic picks up the baton from that attack. Mepham trying to get away. Bale's being pulled back, and that will be a yellow card from Tim Ream. That's an assault. That was 70s-esque. But it's clever from Ream. Bale was away. And a tactical foul. We'll pick up a yellow for that. Another clever foul from Wales. And at 35 years of age, you don't want anyone taking you for a run. So Tim Ream, it's just, I mean, especially not Gareth Bale. We know the pace he's had, and on a bit, but still not a slow player. And he's back in play. Roberts pings a crossfield pass. And Ramsey's chasing it into the box, and he's Ream's gonna have to head it back to Zimmerman and get USA away again. Andy Robinson, Jim Ford carrying it forwards very impressively. And Robinson managed to sort it out to Ramsey. Wilson. Davies. And the thing about Wales is a lot of people actually don't rate them as a team. But if you look at their players one by one, they don't have star players, but they've got players who, if you watch a lot of football, you'd have heard of, you know. And not just because you're an encyclopedia of football, but Premier League quality footballers. And almost a chance there for Wales to get in behind. I mean, it was a good idea by Chris Mepham. Yeah, what can you do? Hello, Fadri Fernanda. Hello, Fadri Fernanda. I'm sorry if I've absolutely butchered the pronunciation of that one, but it's nice to see you on the stream with us tonight. Glad to see so many of you active in the chat. I'll even drop a hi myself in the chat, why not? Harry Wilson. And oh, loose ball there from Joe Rodon. Just lost possession for Wales, who were in a good flow up until then. Ball's been nodded about. Roberts. Back to Davis. Davis, chance for Wales to break up the sides here. 4 red chops up with Nico Williams. Cleared away then by McKenna. And this is much better from Wales. He's opening 10 minutes of the second half. And they're just beginning to make the life a little bit more uneasy for the United States players. Not as much plain sailing as we saw in the first half for the United States players. Wales just getting a few passes together. Although, as I say that, they've lost the ball there. What a commentator's curse. Wales just need to try and break up. Ball away. Good ball. Amplitude finds Williams with some space to dribble into. Ball into the box. And Bell just can't get there. It's going to be cleared away, but only as far as Wales. Now, chance for USA to break. They do have pace up front, especially with Pulisic and Vaya. I mean, the Americans do look less measured this half, which is just a function, a derivative of the heat. That not that because it's in Qatar and a desert, but that Wales have been able to put on them just by changing their play up slightly in this half. Wales are causing the USA to make mistake, just like the USA were causing Wales in that first half. Just because the more pressure, the more press that's being placed on these Americans, so they'd have looked slightly more vulnerable in behind. Roberts driven into Ramsey. Ramsey tries a good ball over the top, trying to release Wilson, and Serginho Dest just manages to get there and get it out of play. I think it's going to be a corner. Um, but the referee has given a throw in. I thought it was a corner. I mean, I thought it was almost definitely a corner, but referee seems to have other ideas. In. Might come from Ramsey. Ramsey gets it back into a dangerous area. Ream. Kept alive by Davis. But Wales are still on the ball. One back by Mepham. Roberts. I mean, the idea now from Wales this half is, well, a ball in behind, trying to attack the maybe make expose the lack of pace maybe of the United States centre halves, which is partly what USA tried to do to Wales in that first half. It's almost a flip of the scripts, and they're trying to zoom out on the stream I'm watching here, and the sea of red Welsh fans is absolutely fantastic. And referee's going to give a free kick on the edge of the box to the USA. And I've just heard a stat as well on Twitter that 9 of USA's squad have Champions League experience. So certainly the strong shine of the improving status of the United States in the world of football. Strong challenge from Joe Rodon to win back the ball and put Wales into attacking. Harry Wilson crosses it into the box, almost talked about nicely. Roberts crosses it in again. Moore is there again. Headed away by Ream. Edge of the box here for Wales. Neco Williams. Maybe trying to work another opportunity out wide. Burst concerted pressure from the Welsh. Kept alive, Meppen. Chance to put the ball in again. And is that a corner? And just curled, didn't curl enough, and it's going to go out for a goal kick to the USA. But a piece of sustained pressure there from the Welsh side, and certainly really building on their chances in this half after a very, very poor first half. And Wales are really pushing up high. 7 players in the USA half, really making the goalie kick the ball out. And Wales have won free kick, and they're back with the ball. And they're really playing now in the opposition half, which they weren't doing in that first half. So, an impressive change for Wales. Ramsey. Bale, no flag yet. Kiefer Moore, shot from afar. Deflects back away for Connor Roberts. Half an hour to play. USA cut out the ball. It's 4-on-5 here from the United States. Roberts struck him back though. And that break seems to have slowed down. And they've allowed Wales to get men back behind the ball. And now it's the United States' turn for their fans to inspire their team on. It was Wales in that first half as they weren't impressed with what they'd seen and tried to inspire their players. But United States, the chant of USA going around very loudly about the stadium. USA, ball Vaya, and Roberts gets the ball with a fantastic challenge against Pulisic. And double bonus, it's a goal kick as well. Fantastic piece of defending there from Roberts, the Welsh fullback. And what a challenge. I've just seen it in slow motion. Ramsey into the box. Kiefer Moore crosses. And it's too much on it for anyone in the box. And Roberts can't manage to keep it in. But it only goes out for a throw for the United States rather than a goal kick. And we're getting pictures of some Welsh children that have been brought along. And it's nice images to see. Pulisic. And they're not happy there hasn't been a handball call here from the ref. But played to the whistle and Wales play on. Weapon to Roberts. Roberts a bit much on him. But the Lionos seen him. And it's give a free kick to Wales. Now, quality ball needed. Rodon, Davies, Mepham, Bale, all standing over the ball. Certainly an opportunity. If there's get a good delivery in. Corner in. And chance inside the box, headed around. Gets live. And oh! Almost in, and the goalkeeper palms it over the bar. Oof indeed, Michael. Oof indeed. Wales coming very close to an equaliser. I mean, a yard either side of the American keeper, and I think that was a goal. And Wales have really turned up in this second half. Who was that with the header? I think it was Ben Davies, if I saw correctly. But a chance for the corner here. Corner in. Harry Wilson in. And oh, that was a real chance for Wales, for Kiefer Moore, and it's just gone over the bar again. Wales are really knocking on the door of an equaliser. They are really knocking on the door of an equaliser. It is an absolutely great effort from Kiefer Moore. Just needed a little thinner touch. And it was Davies, yeah, it was Davies' effort forced the corner before. Two strong chances there for Wales. And there's going to be a change here for the United States. Coming off the pitch is Weston McKennie. I think he's on a yellow. And Brendan Aronson of Leeds United be making his way onto the pitch. Certainly a player there we know with a lot of experience and a lot of people know from the Premier League. You know, say, chance to break here into the box. Sargent. Robinson. Pulisic. Wales countering here. Pushing up the pitch. Kiefer Moore. Bale. Turning back into traffic. And Aronson wins it high up the pitch here. That is a really good recovery from Gareth Bale. Made a similar tackle in the first half. And when he lost the ball, he made sure he was the one that gets back and retrieves the ball. Still more than a quarter of the game to go. Whose goal separates the two teams. And Neco Williams has landed a little bit awkwardly there. And he might need a bit of treatment. I think he's injured his lower back. And he's heavily strapped there. And, oh, that does look very painful. Maybe a hyperextension. I don't know. Ooh. I mean, it looks innocuous. Hopefully he's okay. He's just laying down, receiving a bit of treatment here. And the anthems of Wales rattling around the stadium, which really is a maybe if you're not a United States fan, but it really is a goosebump praising moment. Injuries. Looks like a couple of substitutions come in. Of course, United States next game. A game I'm looking forward to. England against the United States on Friday. Williams is back on his feet. Looks like he should be okay. Although he still looks in a bit of pain. And Wales have a corner to defend with only 10 men. Ball in, headed away by Wales. And he still hasn't been waved back on. He should be waved back on. USA in the box. I mean, the Welsh player still hasn't been waved back on, and he's come on by his own accord. I don't blame him, and ref waves him on now as well. And Williams is back with us. Musa. 20 minutes to play, and there's 2 American players down, and it's just further evidence that Wales are getting closer in the second. And while those players are down, I'm going to grab a charger for my iPad. I really should get a second one and keep it at my desk, shouldn't I? As that'd be useful. As my wire's trapped in here as well. And Pulisic looks injured. We'll see if he's going to be okay to continue. It'll certainly be a blow if he's not for the United States, but this is a chance to refresh. Wales really play on into this game. Nice bit of passing, push on the left-hand side. And Dest wins that back ball very nicely. And a strong challenge there from Wales to win back that. Rodon dribbling forwards into the midfield. But then it's a poor ball. And it's picked off by Musa. Chance for USA to dribble into the box. Pulisic now. Ball across the box, being attacked and just misses the header. Mistimed. And I think he put way off if anything. And Nico Williams just may be able to put a ball forwards for Bale, who's breaking forwards. But he can't manage to get to. He went early to Bale, who's looking weary. Maybe another indication. And another US player is down. And they're going to play on. Moose is down with cramp as well. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. This really is getting ridiculous. Here comes the US changes. Josh Sargent is going to make way. Dest, Musa, Sargent off. And it'll be Yedlin coming on to replace Dest. The only player in the United States squad with actually any World Cup experience. How warm is it in the stadium? 23 degrees, Michael. I heard it was 23 degrees. Yedlin, Acosta, and Wright coming on for USA. Yeah, 23 degrees Celsius. So what's that, 70 something Fahrenheit for our American viewers? Very hot. Hotter than it is. So I think it's 11 o'clock at night there now, and it's still 23 degrees. I mean, unbelievable. And Branislav Buchanan says, "Go Wales." I mean, certainly they're going, they're trying, but United States are dribbling into the box. And now the pressure started again from the United States. Ball in, headed away by Wales. And a flick header by Wright goes out. It's going to be a Wales goal kick here. Just over 15 minutes for Wales to try and find an equaliser. That's going to be a throw on United States to the far side. Can USA just camp Wales into their defensive third? It remains to be seen. I mean, Wales are playing well enough to equalise, but does he turn to his bench again to get a bit more energy and inspiration? And Brennan Johnson would be the man you'd look at, but United States bursting into the box here and just cleared by Ampadu. And I've just seen a little boy nick the football there. It's quite funny, to be fair. USA having a nice spell. Ball into the box by Pulisic, attacking the far post, and Harrison arrived. He didn't really manage to get the effort on target though. He wasn't really challenged properly, which is peculiar. And Brennan Johnson is ready to come on. Roberts more. Thinking of Williams. Chance for the ball. Ball on the edge of the box here. Roberts. Ramsey. Ball into the box. Branislav Butnik says, let's go. And Timothy I mean, look, the United States have another player down nursing an injury. It's not a head injury. The referee shouldn't be blowing up. Yeah, honestly, Michael, it does feel like there could be 10 minutes extra time here because the United States players keep going down. I mean, that is a poor piece of officiating, but mate, gives Wales the chance to make a substitution. Neco Williams off, Brennan Johnson on. Another Premier League player. Carried so many of Nottingham Forest soaps back into the new season. Only 21 years of age. He's actually without a goal since September, although when he's in form and confident, he certainly plays well, and he's a clinical finisher back in the Championship. So, and as Neco William Watson only gets applauded by the Welsh fans. And I think that's gone off the pitch. And it's going to be a throw on the far side. 10 minutes to play, plus anything I did on for stoppages. USA 1, Wales 0. Wales launch the ball forwards. Just knocking it about. Can Wales find a hero when they need one most? Wales into the box. Ramsey, Bale, it's going through him. I think that's a penalty. Referee's given it. Wales have a chance to equalise. Tim Ream dived in. Bale was standing up, standing his ground. I think that's a clear penalty. And without a doubt, I think it was going to be Bale on it, the man who won it. And that was right in front of the referee. And this penalty will be right in front of the red wall. And it's a Wales pen. A chance here for Wales to equalise into what is the Welsh red wall. I mean, the United States players are protesting. I don't know what there is to protest about. I mean, it's nothing less than what Wales would deserve if they were to score here. In the last, he's had 8 penalties for Wales. 6 of them scored, 2 of them missed. And Arsenal's reserve goalkeeper, Matt Turner, stands in the way of Gareth Bale and Welsh footballing World Cup history. Hold your breath. Sit tight. Welsh fans, look through the gaps in your hands. Bale takes a deep breath. The bench watch on. 9 minutes left on the watch. Bale steps up. Goal! Bang! And what an eruption of noise in the stadium it is. He writes his own script. He reads his own plays. This will go down in history. He writes history. He scores when he wants. He scores when Wales need him to. And he's simply unstoppable. What a fantastic footballer. Number 11 on the back of his shirt, number 41 for Wales. And he steps up once again with an important strike to put Wales back into this game. 41 goals. And it is a clear penalty, no doubt in my mind. And you can't tackle like that when you're winning 1-0. And to be fair, Turner went the right way. But the power and the precision on it from Bale, it was just unstoppable. Yeah, super fast ball, says Michael. I totally agree. And they keep showing this same child in the stands. And he is very happy. And they have certainly deserved it. Wales, their first goal at a World Cup in 64 years, scored by none other than one of their best ever players, their top ever goal scorer, Gareth Bale. El Clasico player, Champions League final player, North London derby player, and now a World Cup player. What a fantastic player. Nobody like him. For anyone that says he hasn't been fantastic, anyone that says he's washed, he's scored a goal, he's fantastic. And if I'm being honest, Bale wasn't having the best game up until then, but then it doesn't matter. He's got the ball in the box, he's won that penalty, and he's absolutely smashed it into the back of the net. Davies takes the throw. And now Wales will be looking on for a winner. I mean, I thought Wales would win this game. And if they do, I said 2-1. If they do, it will show my immense ball knowledge. You hear in this chat? My immense ball knowledge. It's quickly taken. It's come off Ream and Bale tries to retrieve it. And it's going to be a free kick to the United States. There's only three I think I'm right in saying only three Welsh World Cup goal scorers. I was doing a bit of research before the game, you know me, and yeah, only three Welsh goal scorers at the last World Cup they were in. Robinson crosses. Where's Johnson Neath it headed away? Davy Jones, I too did. 2-1. I think you said 2 goals to Wales as well. We're geniuses. If it happens, if it happens. Though currently the momentum is in their favour. The USA getting a bit of a spell on the ball now. Good bit of skill there from Manchester United for United States of America. Chance, DeAndre Yedlin, ball in. Strong head away from Wales. Brennan Johnson done a fantastic job since coming on. Fresh legs. And he's done a fantastic job up front since coming on. Struck the fear of God into those United States defenders. Yedlin. Vea, the goal scorer for the United States. Ball in. And it's a solid ball as well. Yeah, a lot of extra time here. From and Brennan Johnson's been pulled back there. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a yellow card. And that really should be a yellow because I think that was a tactical foul. Um, Branislav says USA no strength for all game. Yeah, true. They really put their heart into that first half. They absolutely dominated it, but they've had a few injuries and cramps pulling up in this second half. And there's going to be another substitution here. And a goal scorer is going to be coming off. Morris is coming on for Vea. And I think I've heard that Bell scored 14 more goals than Ian Rush. And of course, his career's not over yet. And here's Ramsey in the box. Crosses it across, but good catch there by Turner. Ball launched forward by the goalkeeper as he wins a free kick because he's being blocked off by a Welsh man. But Aronson. Costa, chance to attack into the box here for the United States late into the game. Into the box. Good block. Back in. Venice punches away. And then cleared. Kiefer Moore. Ream. Brennan Johnson running into the box. Chance to score here. And it's straight at goalkeeper. Maybe should have squared it. There was an option on. And I think shooting was maybe the right option there. But and then a foul off the ball. And Harry Wilson is pulled up with an injury. This would be a tense few. Ooh, tense few minutes for the United States and Welsh fans. I think probably a good result for both teams on the evidence of both halves being fairly mismatched. And we'll wait to see how many minutes will be added on. I'm going to say at least 4. And boos ringing around the stadium as Harry Wilson walks off it without the use of a stretcher. So that's a bit of a odd one from the United States fans, but that's what it is. And fourth official signals. Was that 9 minutes of added time? I believe that's what I saw. 9 minutes to play. Still time for a winner from both sides. And that is responsible for the USA keep falling over in that first half. More, Kiefer Moore. Kareem. And Zimmerman. We'll see how much both sides want to push for a result here, and it's USA doing the attacking. Pulisic, ball in first time. Chance to attack it, got away by the Welsh. Adams fancies a shot from afar. And a strong 50-50. And both Tears back onto their feet. And he's now gone down. And that was the absolute epitome of putting your body on the line. Harry Wilson's down, Ampadu's down. It's been a really combative affair. And it was a 50-50. Zimmerman versus Ampadu. I mean, Ampadu gets up straight away from the adrenaline, but then goes down a few minutes later. It was hard play, strong 50-50. Harry Wilson's grandfather, when Harry Wilson was just 18 months old, put on a bet that Ethan Ampadu would play for Wales, and he's made a small fortune from that. Wilson seems to be walking okay. Ampadu seems to be walking okay, but I don't blame him for going down after that. That was a really, really intense challenge for both players. I mean, no one at fault there. Just a strong 50-50. And probably now an extra 2 minutes to be added on to that at the end. That's another stoppage in play. And we're approaching midnight tonight at in Qatar. 6 minutes to midnight this game. Well, it looks like it will be still continuing on at midnight. And you can hear the Welsh voices ringing around the stadium, singing the Welsh national anthem. And Brennan Johnson. Oh, almost slide rule past for Kiefer Moore. Connor Roberts. Ball into the box, being attacked by Bale. Headed away by Zimmerman. One back again by Ampadu. Where on earth is he getting all this energy from? He's been fantastic. Personally, for me, I think my man of the match. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I mean, he's still waving to the bench that he needs to be substituted off after that 50-50. I mean, what a shift these Welsh players have put in. I mean, I shouldn't be saying that. Look, I'm an England fan. I mean, I just can't believe how well these Welsh have done. What is the chant for the USA? Um, I mean, the USA haven't really been chanting much recently, but I've heard a few of I can't. Can I bring myself to sing a USA chant? I think I can. They had a bit of a. We're gonna score more goals than you. We had a bit of that. We had a bit of that at the end of the first half. Although it's really been the Welsh fans and noise. I think that the Welsh fans are a lot louder, and surprisingly so, because they've a lot smaller of a country. Although maybe that's because USA fans have had a lot taken out of them in this half with going conceding to the Welsh late on. Although chance here for the United States. Adams, Acosta, Robinson. Now Pulisic. Ball into the box. It's a poor one though. But it's still collected by the United States. Ball into the box first time from Yedlin. Punched away by Hennessy. Maybe could have left it. Ball pated forwards and sat for a Welsh goal kick. I think Wales are probably the happier of the two teams this evening because at half time you would have been very unhappy as a Welsh fan because certainly they were awful. Do we have any score predictions for USA's next game as they take on England? I'd like to hear a score prediction for USA England. Personally, for me, I think it's going to be 3-0 to England. Two forwards towards Thomas. And of course, you've got Iran against Wales as well. And I feel like Wales would beat them. And Thomas, United States player down. Pulisic's down. Wales have no reason to put this out of play. It's no head injury, and referee will play this on. And surprisingly, now look who's up on his feet. It's Pulisic. Ball in. Give him more. Chest it down brilliantly. It's still spinning in the box and just hooked away, and it wouldn't quite bounce for more. Davy Jones says 0. I'm not sure what that's in relation to, my friend. Top by Morel. Bale. Ramsey. Gareth Bale. Almost bounces up for him. Gets away from him. And now a chance for Tyler Radden to break away with the United States. I mean, Wales still look the more likely. I don't know how much extra time is going to be added onto this injury time, but certainly a couple of minutes for the injuries that we've seen. Wales back in possession with Ben Davies. And headed by Zimmerman. Then offside flag up. There was 9 minutes of added time. It's crash. There was 9 minutes, but they might add in a few extra minutes because there was strong 50-50, I think Ampadu and someone else, and they needed a bit of treatment for that. And of course, a couple of USA players also went down. And it's now midnight in Qatar, so certainly a late one for these players. Trying to reduce the temperatures they're playing in. Roberts, chance for USA late in the game. To Aronson. Here comes DeAndre Yedlin, ball into the box. Headed away. Hasn't quite got the job done though. United States still on the ball. Davies cuts out well. Clears long. Kiefer Moore to chase. Goalkeepers are taking action. Chance here, goalkeeper's off his line. Bale shoots, and now that is dirty, and he's just taken him down. His LA teammate just had to take down Bale because he was about to pull the trigger and score from the halfway line. Very cynical foul, but he's probably saved his team a goal. And you wouldn't put it past Gareth Bale to score from there. And what a way it would have been to get a winner. One last free kick here. Ball in, and it's a poor ball, and it's gathered by Turner. And the referee blows for full time. USA 1, Wales 1. It's over. 1 point apiece. Very nice second half, says Michael. I totally agree. That was yeah, it did just engrash. And certainly a interesting game. Wales nowhere in the first half. Very much turned up in that second half. Chances for a winner from both sides. And they were very different in the second half. And they made life uncomfortable for the USA. And I will be joining you next time. Thank you for joining us on the stream today. And 30% said Wales win, 48% said USA win, but 20% the lowest percentage said a draw. And the first Wales point picked up in 64 years. It's been well worth the wait. And that man, Gareth Bale, is the winner. Glad to join you, and I'll see you next time here on Data Visualized. Thank you.